Thus far, we've only looked at the form of an utterance or sentence, what words it has, whether they fit the subject, object, verb kind of ordering. But we haven't really looked at what they mean. It turns out that these two are not the same thing. And one of the most famous counterexamples comes again from our man Noam Chomsky, with the sentence, "Colorless green ideas sleep furiously." And this is a sentence that's syntactically well formed. Ideas is the noun, sleep is the verb, this is an adverb, these are all modifiers that make it a noun phrase. But it's not clear what the meaning is. Actually, let me try to sketch it out. So we've got some ideas, and I hear that one always represents ideas with old-timey light bulbs, except that our ideas are colorless, so let's ignore this yellow somehow. And simultaneously green, it's not obvious how to draw this. And then there's sleeping, and I think the universal symbol for that in English is a bunch of Z's. Zzz, the sound that snoring makes in colloquial English. But they're sleeping furiously, so zzz, lots of Z's. And as my total difficulty to sketch this should point out, well, A, I'm bad at sketching, but B, it's really not clear what this means. What does it mean for an idea to sleep? I thought ideas were conceptions that people had. Can ideas go to sleep? And people can try to put poetic interpretations on this. You can imagine a sort of a prose or poetic way of reading this. But in general, I can sort of alter the sentence and make it still syntactically correct, but semantically more and more contradictory. So it's really not clear what this sentence means. Turns out that we have similar notions in computer programming languages. In Python, you can write 1 + 1 or hello plus world and get reasonable answers out. But what happens if I try to write 1 + hello? This does not really make sense. It's not clear what it means to add an integer to a string. And in general, if you feed such a program fragment or expression to a Python interpreter, it will give you some sort of runtime error, which is the equivalent of throwing up its hands and saying, I don't know. Just to review what it means for a program to lead to a runtime error or to describe something that doesn't make much semantic sense, here I've written 4 program fragments. And what I'd like you to do is check each one that would lead to some sort of runtime error. And you have to assume that each one is a complete program, so what you see is what you get. There are no other hidden variables or imports declared earlier. Multiple choice. Try it out.